first lecture or first video of my channel, which I made on simple C basic program, where we printed hello world from simple printed statement. Today we are going to learn how we can input or read data. So I am into my home directory, and from home directory I have come to C programs. How I have come? I have written a command cd C programs. This is this is one of my directory in my computer. So I have changed my directory to C programs, and if I write command Unix command here ls, it is going to give me the list of files which are stored into this particular directory. What is directory? I again repeat, when we are talking in terms of Windows operating system, we say they are folders. So we are into desktop folder, we are into program file folders, we are into user folder. So we make different folders to manage our files. Similarly, in Linux, what we say that these are directories. So directory and folder are used for the same purpose, but in Linux we say they are directories. So when I am going to write a command ls here, it is going to give me list of files which are there in the this particular directory C programs. So we have various programs here. We have file.txt, file.c. This txt is a text file which is going to have only the text values. First.c is a program which is written in C. Similarly, there is a program open.c, there is a program printpyramid.c, and so on. So today we are going to write another program, and as I discussed in the last video that when we are going to write a program for C, we are going to use VI editor. So for using the editor is to write the program, where you can write, edit, update, and then you can save that, and then you can run with GCC compiler. So here we are going to write another program VI, and I can write it as a my second program. So I can say second dot C. Okay. Now this is the whole editor where I have to input my program, where I have to write the program. Yes, see, at the end of the line we have written second.c, and this is a new file. It means right now we created a file with the name of second.c. So when I am going to write it, I cannot write anything if I type it. It just gives you a ping button or a error kind of message. So how we are going to start inserting it? I can press I for this. So once I press I, it is now giving in the insert mode at the bottom of the screen. So insert means now I can write. So the first statement in C program, what we write hash include. So we are going to write hash include, and then one minute. Let me have this proper screen. So hash include, then standard io.h, which is going to have all the information of the functions which are related to standard input output devices. Okay. Now after that we are going to write void main. Main is a function from which C program starts its execution. Okay. Now I have written void main. This void is one of the reserved word of C. Now every language, here I just give you some idea about what do we say reserved word. So C is a language, like we have language like our own language like Hindi, English, or whatever your mother tongue is. So every language is having some words which are having predefined meaning. Similarly, in C we have some words which are having predefined meaning, and that word is called reserved word. It means the meaning of that word is already reserved. Okay. So void is a word which gives you a indication that this is a type, data type. Okay. So void is a data type. Now what is data type? That we are going to learn right now. In C, we have different data types, because we don't only write the program to print some message. Why do we write a program? Because we want to do some calculations, we want to do some manipulations, and we want to get the result. Okay, so for that we need to have data in my program where I can process. So how many different type of data I can have? Generally in mathematics, what do? We have integer data, we have real data, okay. But when we talk about writing some programs or writing or developing some application, I can have more than or other than integer and real, I can have other data types also. For example, I can have a character where I want to manipulate or I want to update. I can have a string which I want to manipulate, or a text I can say. So the basic data types in C is, one is integer. So for writing a comment in C, we write double quotes or with double backslash, or we can write with single backslash and start. So suppose I am writing with double backslash, what I am writing here? This program is to show the different data types in C. Okay. Now if I want to write a comment in other way, where the more than one line can be enclosed in the same statement, we can write with backslash and star. So if I am writing here, the data types are integer, character. Today we are going to study only these basic data type of C, that is integer, character and float. Okay. Now if I am going to define it, how I am going to define it? I am going to write, for integer data type, I am going to what is the syntax for that? Syntax for declaring variables. Now what is variables? Variables are the name which holds some data in your program which you want to manipulate. Okay. So how we are going to, what is the syntax of this? It means, first of all, I need to write the data type. Suppose I want to create or define a variable of type integer. So I first write int, this is a data type, and then I write the name of the variable. Suppose I write int a and then I end up with semicolon. Okay. So if this is there in my program, it means that this is a is a variable which is going to have information, which is going to have data of type integer. Okay. Secondly, if I want to declare a float variable, it means a real variable, I can write the data type and the variable name, maybe x. Okay. So float x, when the compiler, what is compiler? Which is going to check the syntax of your program. Syntax means whether your program, whatever you have written, is syntactically correct or not. It means, is it grammatically correct or not. Okay. So when your compiler see float x, then it assumes that x is a variable which is going to store a real value or decimal value. And similarly, if I want to declare a character, then the word for that is, data type is defined with char, and then I can write C. Okay. So now the character data type is been defined with a variable C. So let's write a program and see how we can do that. Okay. So this is it. So here what we have done, we have written number of lines in the same comment. Okay, which is enclosed by slash and star. So now we are going to write a program. So I am going to declare three variables, int a, and I am going to assign a value like 10. Now we have another value float, and we are having a value like x, and here I am going to store value 30.245. Okay. Then third value is character, and character C, which I am going to store a value into it. Now when I am storing the value in the character, I am going to store in a single quotes. So suppose I am taking character as a value of character C as z. Okay. So now these three variables we have declared in my program or in our program, and now we want to print it. So for printing these values, again we have a syntax. It means again there is a grammatical rule through which we can print the values. Okay. So for printing, again I am writing a comment here. Printing is done with the help of escape sequences. They are called escape sequences. Okay. Now, how to do that? We are going to write like, if I want to print integer on the screen, so for integer we write %d, okay, and %d in double quotes. The format we will see when we are going to write the program. Okay. Similarly, for real numbers we can write %f in double quotes, and for character we write in double quotes, we write %c, right? So this is what we do. Now see how we are going to do that. So what we are going to write? Printf. Now whatever the message we are going to write, it is being done in the double quotes. So write the integer value is, and then because I want to print the message first and then I am going to print the value of integer. That's why I have written the integer value is, then we put colon. It means after the colon I get the result. So I have to write %d here and then comma I am going to write a. Okay. So what will happen? So in this way the first message, the integer value is colon, will be printed, and at the place of %d where I have written %d, the value of a will be printed. Clear? So now similarly we can write printf, the real value is, okay, %f, then comma, and then we can write what is that value? Variable x. Okay, and then close this printf function. Similarly we can write for character as well. Printf, the character value is colon %c and then c. Okay, and then we can printf a new line so that my prompt come into new line. That's all. Right. Now I am going to save it with, first I press escape to come out from the insert mode, then I will write colon in the top right, here it is colon, and then W and Q. WQ is to save and exit. So we have come out. Now if I want to see what I have typed, so I can write cat command here and I can do second dot C. So see, this is my program, and we have started from hash include stdr.h till printfn, and this one is ending. Now we have to compile. So when we are compiling, we can write the GCC compiler with the name of the program second.c. Then I have another option like -o to get the output or to get the object file or the executable file. We can say GCC create a executable file with -o option, and here I have to write the file name in which I want to create the object file. So I have written second. So it means now it is compiled successfully. Now so if I want to see the result, what is that command to write it? It is dot backslash and then the name of the file which we have right now created, that is second. See, so it is coming integer value is 10, the real value is 30.2450001, the character value is z. Okay. but these all are coming into one line because we have not yet formatted it. So let's go and format it. So vi second dot c, again we are going, see it is second dot c, 18 lines, 517 characters. So if I want to insert something, I will press I here. Now it is in insert mode, and then I'll go to the printf characters, and after printing that a value, I need to go in the new line. So that is escape sequence backslash n to go in the new line. Similarly, we can do it here, backslash n to go into the new line, and here again backslash n to go into the new line. So if I am writing backslash n to go into the new line, this line is not required because already we have written here. So I just make it a comment line. Now pressing escape colon WQ to save and exit, and again I am going to have the same command GCC to compile it. It is compiled, and then we are going to execute it. So the integer value is 10, real value is 30, and character value is z. What we have written, if you go on the screen here, integer value is a equal to 10, float value is 30.245, and z is c is z. Okay, so that's all for the class today. I think you have understood this topic of how to declare your integer variables, how to declare the variables in a program, and in next class we are going to understand that how these values or the variables can get data from the user. Okay, so keep watching this channel to learn more. Thank you.